Welcome to InfoHub. In our headlines, CFATF Assessors Training Seminar begins in Georgetown. East Bank Berbice Road Project advances. Guyana Telecommunications Agency formally established, and Karasabai Village launches its Eco Lodge. Stay tuned for the details of these and more. Daddy! And now for the details. The Caribbean Financial Action Task Force facilitated Assessors Training Seminar officially began today with the aim of equipping participants with the tools and competencies for reviewing the level of effectiveness of a country's anti-money laundering, countering the financing of terrorism regime. More from Stacey Carmichael.
Representatives of member countries of the Caribbean Financial Action Task Force and other international organizations are here in Guyana for the first Assessors Training Seminar being held at the Pegasus Hotel. Attorney General and Minister of Legal Affairs Basil Williams said the training will provide the necessary skills needed for countries to conduct mutual evaluations,
while also developing the understanding needed to produce a mutual evaluation report in MER that is commensurate with the standard expected of an FSRB as part of the AML CFT and Proliferation Global Network.
The Attorney General explained the training is designed to present an integrated analysis of the extent to which a country is compliant with the required CFATF regulations and how successful it is in maintaining a strong anti-money laundering and countering the financing of terrorism regime. United States Ambassador to Guyana Perry Holloway said that 75% of CARICOM countries were able to exit the CFATF follow-up process, which means they must now begin investigating, identifying, prosecuting, and convicting those participating in money laundering and terrorist financing.
In order to ensure that financial institutions are protected, countries will need to meet the stringent fourth round now of mutual evaluations criteria, as have 4 of your fellow CFATF members to date: Barbados, Guatemala, Trinidad, Tobago, and Jamaica. In addition, there are other criteria outlined in the CFATF procedures. Some of these are: you need to demonstrate that you understand the vulnerabilities in your financial system and that your agencies work together domestically and internationally to ensure proper investigations and protection of financial crimes. Prosecution, not protection.
CFATF Executive Director Dawn Spicer, in brief remarks, said the job of a mutual evaluation assessor is an important one since it has serious implications for countries being assessed. The participants consist of financial, law enforcement, and legal experts. A total of 53 participants from Guyana, Canada, Jamaica, Turks and Caicos Islands, and Belize will be trained as assessors during this period. The 4 days training will focus on technical compliance and effectiveness. Reporting for InfoHub, Stacey Carmichael.
Guyana Telecommunications Agency formally established. Zanil Williams has the details.
On Friday, January 19th, the commencement order was signed to establish the agency, according to Minister of Public Telecommunications, Catherine Hughes. This is the first of 2 phases in the implementation of the Telecommunications Act 2016.
The objective of establishing the agency now is to give time to put in place certain administrative arrangements that are necessary for the agency to function effectively when the entire act is brought into force.
The agency will be responsible for several administrative and organizational activities. These include staffing, finalization of licensing procedures in preparation for liberalization, and issuance of new licenses to telecommunication entities. An update was also given on the 5-year ICT Access and E-Services for Hinterland Poor and Remote Communities project, which seeks to bridge the gap between coast and hinterland. The US $17 million project is being funded by the Guyana Red Plus Investment Fund. Floyd Levi, chairman of the National Data Management Authority, says,
the concept behind this project forms the basis of government's view in terms of e-government, the whole process of delivering government service to hinterland, poor, remote communities, and even those citizens in Georgetown and overseas who do have access to ICTs.
Levi noted that it is along this guideline that the e-governance unit has been working. To this end, 78 hubs have been installed in the coastland, while 18 have been installed in the hinterland. Zanil Williams for InfoHub.
Commuting will soon be stress-free for residents on the east bank of Berbice as the road rehabilitation project advances. Here is this Renetta LaFleur report.
The $1.2 billion project, which began in August last year, was delayed due to the required removal of utilities. However, it is now back on stream. Resident engineer Joel Tucker said works are ongoing in the Everton area, which has less encumbrances.
This area, we've had a very good space in terms of the corridor that's available to us simply because there are not many utilities in the way. So we're actually proceeding with the widening, which involves full reconstruction, and then we'll add on our base course, and we should be on target to do the asphalt layer, the paving, sometime early in February.
The project will see the construction of 5 kilometers of roadway from Overwinning to Everton. On completion, the road will be outfitted with new features aimed at bolstering road safety, Tucker said.
We'll have the installation of highway lighting coming from Stanleytown, New Amsterdam, right the way through to Everton. We'll have the installation of guardrails. We'll have improvement in terms of traffic signage and also the horizontal road signage as well.
Some residents are anticipating that the road upgrades will bring much needed relief.
I think that people should actually glad that the road is actually making, because it's quite I don't think this road ever seen such a construction like what's going on right now. So it's a very good thing, and to carry on the business, it's very good.
We just moved in the area, and it seems really nice and peaceful. The only problem we thought when we first came to see the house was the roads, because it was really bad. But when we heard that it was going to be, the roads were going to be fixed and resurfaced, that encouraged us to sort of go ahead and make the purchase on this house.
The scheduled deadline for the project's completion is August 3rd. Renetta LaFleur for InfoHub.
Letham's first mayor, Carlton Beckles, says he is grateful for the holding of local government elections as it provides room for major improvement in local communities. Alexis Rodney reports.
Speaking to InfoHub recently, Beckles said the new town of Letham has seen major improvements over the last 2 years when compared to previous years. A success, he said, was made possible because of local government elections.
Over a 2-year period, I, as the first mayor of the municipality of Letham, I recognize the importance of local governance. Because of the amount of stride that we would have made over that 2-year period, I did not see that sort of development over a number of years.
According to Beckles, the improvements have been startling.
When we took over, there weren't any street lights in Letham. So far, from the municipality, from our revenue, we would have installed 50 street lamps. With an agreement with the Letham Power Company, we have an agreement for another 100.
With the local government elections slated for later this year, Beckles said he will allow residents to vote based on what has so far been accomplished by the council. He said, however, that he is satisfied with the level of success since Letham achieved township status. Alexis Rodney for InfoHub.
The Guyana Livestock Development Authority's monitoring and evaluation system is improving local livestock production. Here is Zanil again.
Head of the GLDA, Nigel Cumberbatch, said the Dropbox system established in 2017 has helped the agency to better deliver services to stakeholders in the livestock industry.
Our monitoring program enables us to ascertain from the livestock farming community how well they are progressing in relation to production parameters being met, their dreams being realized, meaning that the farms, whether the farms are financially viable or not. We have been able to establish, as part of our monitoring and evaluation program, a Dropbox system.
Cumberbatch added the GLDA is now working with other agencies to implement and strengthen their monitoring and evaluation systems for better delivery of services.
As a result of the establishment of our monitoring and evaluation system and the way in which the system is working, we were invited by a number of other programs, including the Ministry of Finance, to explain in more detail the way our system is working and to assist some of the other programs in ensuring that their monitoring and evaluation system could be improved.
Through the Dropbox system, technicians and extension agents provide production information of the livestock enterprises of the farmers. This data is then analyzed and advice is sent back to the extension agents so that the systems on the farm can be improved. Zanil Williams for InfoHub.
Minister within the Ministry of Indigenous Peoples Affairs, Valerie Garrido-Lowe, on Saturday commissioned the Kizi Eco Lodge in the Karasabai Village, Region 9. Crystal Stahl has more.
Minister Valerie Garrido-Lowe expressed satisfaction in seeing the project come to fruition and pledged the ministry's continued support for the village's development in 2018.
Government of Guyana has approved, earmarked $5 million in the 2018 budget to support your wonderful effort. So it's for you now to discuss how you're going to utilize that money.
Meanwhile, several proud villagers noted that the Eco Lodge will attract both local and international visitors who will enjoy the view of the mountains and the beauty of the rare golden parakeet birds, among other activities.
Felt so proud because in my sub-district, and I know that, we have these golden parakeets known as the sun parakeet, Kazin Makushi in our language. And I know that we are going to have like an income coming to our village. So I feel proud of the opening of the Eco Lodge.
We want to invite all Guyanese to be part of Guyana. If we want to promote one people, one nation, one destiny, we must know our country.
The aim of this initiative is to promote community development and economic growth through ecotourism. Karasabai Village is one of several communities venturing into tourism through the Community Development Project, which falls under the ambit of the Amerindian Development Fund. Crystal Stahl for InfoHub.
Finally today, we hear from Reshawna Fraser, one of the 15 semi-finalists vying for the title of Carib Soca Monarch 2018. Here's more.
Come, wind the wine and tickle my spine and grab my waist and know me from behind. Oh, yeah, let's do it. Show me how you does do it.
That was Reshawna giving us a snippet of her song, Show Me. Competing for the first time, the young lady who hails from Linden says she has a zeal for music and wants to display her creative skills. Fraser tells us where she got the idea for the song, which she wrote herself.
Is if you go to a party with some of your friends and you see somebody, you're like, okay, I want to dance with this person. It's like, this person can dance. And then when you go and you begin dancing with this person, the person can actually dance.
Despite having to compete with seasoned performers like Vanilla, Avalanche and Lil Red, the Show Me singer is very confident.
Like I said, I'm that self-motivated person. I'm not fearful of anyone, and I see myself winning the prize.
Fraser is calling on everyone to come out and lend their support to the local artists.
You can come out and support because it's local individuals like myself who have talent and is given that chance to express themselves through music.
The semi-finals are slated for February 10 in Linden. This year, Guyana celebrates its 48th Republic anniversary under the theme, Let's Cooperate and Celebrate Republic 48.
Please be reminded that January has been designated Cervical Cancer Awareness Month. Women 21 years and older are reminded to have their pap smears done, since early detection saves lives. Thanks for watching. Remember to connect with us 24/7 on our website and social media. Goodbye.